Definitely. Well, you got Beatrice.
MP, you're my favorite player, man. You always deliver.
And then they just kind of go lighter from the
Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you with us for this NBA Cup action. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. And here's what the schedule for Brooklyn looks like. On Wednesday, they'll head home to take on the Toronto Raptors. And then on Thursday, they'll start out on the road to play the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And for that game against Indiana, that's one that I'm particularly curious about. Should be a fun matchup with the rosters those teams have.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Johnson, and it's Wells in at the point. And for Miami, Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Clint Capella out there with Bam Adebayo, and it's Mitchell in at the one. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. And the tip goes to the Nets. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Wells. Check by Mitchell. Offensive board. Thomas passes to Wells. Inside. Here's Newton. Hey, rejected by Capella. Now here's Jaquez. Hero outside. Screen by Capella. Hero, no good. Here's Brooklyn. This, their first look at this year's Miami squad.
Oh, they dominated this team a season ago. They beat them every time they played.
Yeah, these teams were in two completely different categories last year, but hopefully the season series this year is much more competitive.
Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Eric is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
Hero, no good.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Whitehead passes to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
For Miami, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Outside Jaquez. And that one is hammered home.
Well, Jaquez doesn't mess around. He likes to throw it down with force.
Out of bounds. It'll be Heat ball. And this is a player who's been giving his all. Our Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He's more than deserving of this accolade given the way he's been playing. He injects so much energy into their offense, whether he's finishing the play himself or lending a helping hand.
Brooklyn foul. 12. First personal foul. First team foul.
Miami has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Mitchell. Left side, Jaquez. Buries it from 3. Jaquez has got his second bucket on the night.
What a setup for Jaquez Jr. All he has to do is focus and shoot.
Pass to Wells. Here's Newton. Launches a 3. Cam Thomas, that one's good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Adebayo. There's a screen. Here's the 3. And it's Whitehead with a rebound.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Johnson with a bucket.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Good on the shot. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Here's Thomas. Again, the net score.
And obviously their goal right now is to feed him the ball and get him going.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Wells misses.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
That's good from Jaquez on the assist by Hero. Jaquez has got 7.
Well, night in and night out, Jaquez loves to attack the middle of that defense.
Pass to Wells. 3-pointer. Miami grabs the miss.
Now, he hasn't been great this quarter, but coaches need to try to figure out a way to get him going.
Hero for 3. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Well, he's a volume three-point shooter in this league. Hero can really do damage from that.
Here's Wells. Check by Mitchell. Pass to Whitehead. Looking to win the run. Nails it from 3.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Thomas against Hero. To the middle. The 3 is up. No luck on that one. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Heat out in front, leading by 3. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And we hope you're enjoying.
Substitution on the field.
Got this, MP.
Here's Wells. On the floor for Brooklyn, we've got Cam Thomas. He's out there with Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Newton at the 5. Wells, the pass to Johnson. Shoots over Hero. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Wiggins. Oh, sweet move. Oh, look at Wiggins rising inside.
tough period. I mean, he's just 1 for 5 in this frame, struggling to get back on track.
Here's Wells. The rebound by Wiggins. And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Miami Heat. Following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Kings at Golden One Center in Sacramento. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Very early in the season, but a lot of excitement still in the air, Grant.
No question, B.A. I mean, the fan base will usually carry it until their team is mathematically eliminated. Fans in this league are so passionate about their teams. And that's one of the things that makes the NBA so great.
Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Mitchell comes in for Martin. And a change for the Nets. Johnson's checked in. Hero outside. Adebayo against Johnson. Adebayo, no good. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Count that one. Wells has got his second basket of the game.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Here's Mitchell. It's wide right, hits off the rim. The Nets with a lead. Fires from deep. Wells misses.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Adebayo a screen on Johnson. Mitchell finds Adebayo. 5 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. Perfection with the jumper from the elbow. Wiggins has got 4 points this quarter.
So effective from the mid-range. When Wiggins senses an opportunity to score from there, he doesn't hesitate at all.
Wells, that's good.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Adebayo. Hero for 3. Connects from downtown. Hero's got 7 points in the game.
Well, there's the answer from Hero, one of the best from three-point range in the league.
Here's Wells. 7 points in the game. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Mitchell with the ball. Shoots over Johnson. That one a little long. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Welcome to our 2K Sports Studio. The Brooklyn Nets find themselves in quite a battle here tonight.
Limiting turnovers has helped. Give their ball handlers props. They've been smart with the decision-making.
They're certainly running the offense well. You know the coaching staff loves to see this. All right, guys, let's move on and see the latest injury report from across the league.
Space is harder to come by with Porter Jr. out. Defenses can sync up big and clog up the paint. He's the kind of guy you can definitely feel his absence.
And it creates a ripple effect across the rest of that offense. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Without question, Jaime Jaquez displaying his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And for Miami, they're shooting the ball at 43% from the field. Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Bam Adebayo is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Mitchell in at point guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And Adebayo's such an excellent passer as a center, finding the open man right there.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Jaquez drives in. Here's Hero. Back to Jaquez. Outside Mitchell. Fades and shoots. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Johnson against Adebayo. Here's Wells. He has 7. That shot off the mark. Outside Jaquez. Pass to Hero. Now Adebayo. Now here's Jaquez. Hero outside. Adebayo from long range. And it's Whitehead with a rebound. Whitehead's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Wells. Let's go with a 3. And the three-pointer goes. Wells has got 10 points.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
The 11-footer. The rebound by the Nets. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one, and that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Driving in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wells has got 5 points now this quarter. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
Back to Adebayo. With the fadeaway. Miami, no good that time either.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here's Whitehead. And he lays it up and in. And it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Pass to Capella. And here's Hero. Mitchell finds Hero. To the paint. To halt the run. Can't get it to fall. Brooklyn leading by 3. Oh, there's the alley. Stolen by Capella. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Jaquez with it. And Johnson picks him up defensively. Here's Adebayo. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass.
Yeah, how about Adebayo? Just discarding the defender and finishing strong.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Making a switch here.
Make him work for it at least.
Nets trail by 13. On the floor for the Nets. Bojan Bogdanovic out there with Gary Payton II. Then there's Johnson. And it's Hughes in at the 5 down low.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
And what I love about Rozier is his fearlessness as a scorer. Inside, outside, in between, it doesn't matter.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Well, they gave him the mid-range. Smart idea to take that one.
Grant, we're starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in a real game.
It's Martin on the wing. Sinks it from distance. And the Heat lead by 16.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Nets trail by 16. Into the lane. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Miami.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
So Miami ends up going with a new group. Hawkins, the pass to Hero. Clock at 6. Pass to Adebayo. Now here's Mitchell. Launches it. Brooklyn pulls it in. Whitehead's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Heat leading by 15. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. Here's Mitchell. Outside Hawkins. Here's Capella. Pass to Mitchell. Hero for 3. Offensive rebound.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Screen by Capella. Here's Mitchell. And here's Adebayo. Pass to Hero. Over Thomas. And the shot is good. Drop it in off the front of the rim. And the Heat lead by 17. Johnson passes to Wells. It's good. Wells has got 10 points here in the second half.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Outside Hawkins. Screen by Capella. Misses the 3.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often. And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Heat.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jaime Hawkins.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
So Miami ends up going with a new group. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. 1:03 left to play in the fourth quarter. Miami's gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. Pass to Jovic. And here's Wiggins. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Here's Wells. And again, it's the Nets missing. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Jovic. Martin outside. The kick out to Wiggins. The three-pointer off the mark. Payton with it. So it's the Heat winning this one easily. And remember, tonight's win means they're 1-0 in the NBA Cup. A great start to the group stage.
Well, getting that first win under your belt is huge. They still have 3 games left, but they're in a great position going forward.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
You guys look tired out there.